And hello everyone, and welcome back to the TAP room. No, you are seeing things properly. Hops is back. Hops is exhausted, but Hops is back and appreciates everyone being patient with her absence, while Barl3y held everything afloat on Wednesday, and as we combated whatever the hell was hitting us on Monday. But here we are. It is Friday night. We are ready to play. I'm still pretty tired, but we are ready to play some more DISCO Elysium over there with some more, nice and marvelous, what is that word when you're talking the words on the screen?
Voiceover?
Thank
Narration?
You. Narration and voiceoveringes of Barl3y. And I'm going to do something pretty exciting, something that I always kept in the back closet when I was a kid because I was not allowed to play this game. I pulled this disc. It was a CD for all you youngins out there. I pulled it from the hiding spot that my brother created in the basement of our parents' old house, in the little corner desk in the basement. I pulled it from his hiding spot and I played this when he wasn't home, and I died every time. So I'm excited to see if I still die. So I'll be in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, and you won't really hear any of the sound coming from my game because Barl3y is going to be the priority of this stream because this is very story-based. He's going to have a lot of talking, a lot of voices, I hope. Yeah, he's nodding his head.
I'm saving my voice.
But yeah, here we are. I'm going to play a new game. Oh, I died so much. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. If this ends up not working out, we'll probably switch to another game. But if it works out, then you get to see Hops in frustration while I explore the world of Revocol.
I get frustrated very easily. Oh, there's multiplayer? Oh my god, so many things have changed. Okay, here we go. Tour of duty. Let's go with Grunt.
All right.
Let's go with Grunt.
So the last time that we played, we inspected the victim's body, and we talked to this kid here, and this kid was throwing rocks at the victim's body, and to be honest, he was pretty disrespectful. So what we did is we finally we opened this I can't concentrate with the noises.
I'll put on headphones. I'll put on headphones. No, I got it. I
can't. I was like, I'm trying to go over the story, and I'm like, I just hear.
I'm like over here being like, oh my god, I don't know how to play this game. It's not WSD. It's the freaking arrow keys, man.
It looks just like Duke Nukem.
This is so old. All right.
We'll see if we have to trade out headphones because those are the sound-killing headphones. All right. So, last time we talked to this kid, he's very disrespectful, very liberal use of some slurs. He's throwing rocks at his body. We got a pry bar, and we cracked open this dumpster here, and we found some stuff in here. We found the clothes that the victim had on him, and we also had found the ledger that the main character wrote. And we looked at the ledger, and we found out that he had worked on some other cases and everything like that. So we experienced the ledger, and now we're going to continue with the adventures in Revachol. But first, I have to switch it so I can see chat. Okay. So let's look at the body. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now. My chance of not throwing up next to this corpse is very low. I can try it again. Failed. Yep. 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 Endurance. Failure. The ammonia only made it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You managed to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears. The ammonia didn't help at all. Nor does the wind right now. You feel the lieutenant pat you on your back rhythmically. The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You're facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life? I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate, throw up, initial autopsy, throw up, bag it. He pats you on your back again. Then drive to the station, maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. But you seem to be fine. I think I've lost my sense of smell. There's a pause. Not being hungover helps too. Just do it without me. I can't keep it down. No, this is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help. He withdraws his hand and looks you in the eye. You need to get your shit together. But I don't want to get my shit together. Then the world will turn away from you and leave you behind. Okay. Thought gain. Volumetric shit compressor. We should go talk to locals, find anything else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it a half an hour, get yourself together, then come back and have another go. Alright, let's internalize volumetric shit compressor. And let's see what else there is to do.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
She hides behind the fence. Listen, child. That corpse made me puke twice, and I was wondering why you don't...
Stay away from me, pig! You don't want to see what happens when you corner me.
I'm sorry. Can I point out what I just did?
Sure.
I just jumped next to a helicopter and I decapitated myself.
Off to a good start. Ooh, what's this? This Post L'Aventure mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. Perception. Success. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102, with the slogan, Mankind be vigilant. Fuck you, mail delivery box. There is a hollow, saddened ring as you kick the L'Aventure mail collection box. It sounds betrayed, in disbelief even. Damaged health, 1. Health critical. Did I just kill myself by kicking a mail collection box? You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. So I'm guessing this is bad. Very, very bad. This is the end bad. Try to remain conscious. All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see your face like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met, Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer commented. That ain't easy on the ticker. He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case. And that's the end of our playthrough of Disco Elysium. I hope you all had fun. But as you can see, we died from a heart attack after kicking a mailbox. So that's it. And we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Let's load this up again. And we won't kick the mailbox this time. We'll pat the mailbox nicely. Gotta have respect for the mailbox. Do 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 do. Good mail delivery box. Pat the box. The box seems happy. Perception, sight, success. Eat shit, pig. Fucked by the cun. And Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore and beset mailbox. Also, been there. Post L'Aventure mail collection box. Been there. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow. What a wild game.
Hey, Sushi. And yes, I am doing a little bit better, but this week has still been like super rough on me. Which is why I wasn't here on Wednesday. How are you doing?
Some great tectonic forces cracked the pavement like an eggshell. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. The damage also looks like it could have been done by an earthquake. Also, hey, Sushi. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. This is a book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. It takes willpower to even read the author's name, Jan Kaus, from Igonia. A book about Boydero culture? It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. You memorize the title. Lose 87, Radio City. Seems important. What's this little lady want? Ronnie knows. Are you sick, Sushi? You coming down with something? Everyone's coming down with something lately.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. I am the law.
I know, sir.
She stomps her feet to feel warmer.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. What is a
That
book?
is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
What's a postcard?
It's a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness. What's a board game?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Interesting, thanks.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name? My name is Annette, sir. My mom, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside, minding the register, or organizing the stock. The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide, as if recalling something. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. And you're standing out here in the cold because... I'm signaling that the store is open, she nods eagerly. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. A sudden gust of wind, probably, turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling, but she's cold. You're cold. Can I help in some way? Kind of you to offer, sir. She doesn't know what else to say. What could you do to help her anyway? I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. Or we know there's a murderer nearby. Yeah. Such a good trooper you are, already learning the hard value of work. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mom out with the store. She smiles and stands upright like a little soldier. So shouldn't you be at school or something? I do my studies at home in the moment. I have to help Mom keep this place running. Isn't school more important than this? Mom says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mom says a proper worker is dutiful, and that's how you get ahead in life. You succeed. Composure. Success. There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette. How's the business going? Mom says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being... She looks over her shoulder. Cursed. Inland Empire. Success. Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders. Cursed. In what way? Cursed in a way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... She's looking for the right word. Ass up. She blushes. I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so. I don't think curses are real. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. They're not doomed, but your mother should learn from their mistakes. Of course, sir. She doesn't know what else to say. Neither would I. What is this crime business? Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of policemen or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals. Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. She doesn't know what to say. It's that bad. Kim Kitsuragi. Crime is a deviation from the law punishable by either a civil or criminal sentencing. It's what the law prevents. Well, why would anybody want to read about crime? It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him. Well, I'm a policeman myself, by the way. The law, as I said. You don't look much like a policeman. She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. Huh. Well, what does a cop look like then? Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just, you don't look like Dick Mullen. She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. You know, I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little. What's that mean? You know, cut loose, raise hell, blow off some steam. And everything's better now, sir. No. Why is that? A man can never be truly happy with who he is. Oh, okay. She blinks at you, not knowing how to reply. I shouldn't have said that thing about Dick Mullen. You know, nobody actually looks like the guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man. She looks at Dick Mullen, frowning. Dark, arrogant, violent, likely overcompensating for something. Probably got a violent streak because he's emotionally stunted. She examines the cover, trying to gauge the inner workings of the detective. Emotional ineptitude is no way to cop. He can't compare to my sensitive soul. Of course not, sir, she smiles mischievously. He's just a fictional character. He'll be no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. The cover image of Dick Mullen seems to stare at you with harsh disapproval. Like in the books. Oh, Hobocop, yeah. I'm excited to go down the Hobocop way. I see Hops over there looking at the controls for the game.
No, I'm looking to see if I can find alternate controls because this is such an old game. It doesn't use the WASD format. You have to use the keys and then the arrow keys and then all of the other things. Like if you look at my basic controls here, it uses A to jump, Z to duck, shift to run. All right, fine, that's standard. Caps lock to run lock, control to fire. Like a bunch of random shit that just is no longer standard, and my fingers don't work that way. So I'm trying to figure out if I can rebind them, which seems like a lot of work, or if someone's figured out a better way to do it, which it seems like I'm almost there.
Regeltus says, bet Hobocop eats crickets. All cool people do.
What is Hobocop? What did I miss? What have I missed?
I'm Hobocop!
You're Hobocop? He was
Dun,
Hobocop
dun,
all
dun, dun.
along. Ba-da-ba-ba-da!
Makes me think of that game where each key controls a mechanical part of a gun.
Oh, God.
Receiver.
What is that game? Really?
Called Receiver. It's excellent. It's
that
free,
sounds
too.
horrible. Horrible.
Look, okay. I'm going to deduce something now. Success! The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
She's hiding something.
Why do you keep your hands folded?
She's hiding something.
What do you mean, sir? She looks wary. She knows where this is going. You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help. She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. A facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his prose reveals. It's okay. She brings out her reddened hands. Her nails are frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh. You bite your nails. And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded. She shoots you a suspicious glance. It's super simple for a detective such as myself. Well, that proves nothing. That sounded angrier than I intended. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that. Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed. You want more? I bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind. She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic. Rats have been nibbling on your fingers. Child labor in dismal working conditions. Chewed on nails means you're recycling your body material. It's an intense dedication to the way of business. There are no riches without personal sacrifice. Rats have been nibbling on your fingers. Child labor in dismal working conditions. What rats? I just read books. Haven't seen a rat in this building in forever. No rats in this dilapidated building. Strange. Maybe they're just afraid of books. She laughs with a slight nervous undertone. Either way, another ace deduction by the #1 detective in town. It was okay, sir. She's still got a rebellious streak. There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same. You think so? Fine. Do better. Deduce something about me. You're quite sober, she snaps back quickly. Kim Kitsuragi. The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort. Wait. How do you know I'm usually not? Because you usually aren't. I did. I picked 2, Sushi. Yeah. I'm also sad and my head hurts. I'm sorry, sir. She looks at you in the eye, sympathy gleaming in her face. Hope things get better soon. There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar somehow. Medium, what are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar? 58%. Yes. Success. Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before. Hang on. So you know me? We've met before? Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. She sways back and forth on her feet. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, telling people about being a star or something. I don't really understand who these stars are. Did I ever talk to you? Of course, you stopped by a few times. She looks at you intently. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you. What do you mean better? I look like shit. Yeah, but you don't have party eyes anymore. The lieutenant slowly, ever so slowly, realizes something. Party eyes. Yes, of course, that makes sense. I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all. Party eyes. You know, like a cat in the dark. All big-eyed and big and wide-eyed. She giggles at the thought. It certainly looks odd on a man. The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. This is what she meant. You were probably gurning, too. Fuck yeah! You should get some party eyes right now! Snap those sequins on you, boy! Does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics? Oh, baby. That's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing. So why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with? I didn't know I had to do that. She looks puzzled. Thanks. I've learned something about myself today. I'm glad I could help you, sir. She smiles a wide, helpful smile. All right. See you around, Annette. Oh, I picked the wrong. I'm sorry, Sushi. Thought complete, though. Volumetric shit compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revocol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at the pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to only exist at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts. All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Well, what do you say we go back and talk to the body? Okay, +6, shit compressed. I have a 58% chance to do this without throwing up. Fail. The corpse appears to laugh at you, black froth bubbling on its lips. Every molecule in this body reeks of death. It's still too much. You feel it coming up again. I'll check after this. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing left more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time. Just cry.
just freaking bled out because I didn't. I had a med pack.
Little black bubbles pop on the corpse's lips, decay liquid like tar.
Right.
It's like he's gurgling. What do I do now? Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work. There's nothing else to do. You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and spending a skill point and upgrading your endurance skill. To gain experience, do side cases. Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. The bloated corpse isn't going anywhere. Fucking sucks, man. Alright. Where's my thought thing? Hobocop. Hobocop is still doing. I'm 53% of the way done through Hobocop. However, I did have extra the ability to look through here with Hobocop. Like, I had more options. That scared the shit out of me. I had more options to look through here. And, oh, and I think you were getting food, Sushi. We found a ledger last time. And the ledger had details about old cases and stuff on it. And any notes that we made in order to... any notes we made before we got blackout drunk. And we also found there's watermarks on the ledger. And we can read them by going to the car. Which we're going to do right now. I feel like h0ps is not going to be able to play Nom for very much longer.
Yes, I will.
Oh, okay.
I'm learning the map. Now that I know that I can play with my mouse. Fuck, 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 fuck! Okay, okay. Medic? Medic, are you still alive? Medic? Medic?
Real quick.
You are dead.
We're going to take a slight break.
Well, I could heal with my med pack. Because I learned I can do that.
We're going to take a slight break from Disco Elysium.
What? Why?
Slight... No, it's just a first...
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Who's shooting at me? You are! Son of a bitch! Alright, I'm good now.
It's just... This is basically...
Alright, and then I have to go and...
Lieutenant's dead. Radio man looks dead, sir. I don't know where the map is.
There you are. Support NBA regiment,
Where
but
am
now
I?
they're pulling back thanks to you. Get to the M113 in the jungle. It should take you 30 clicks north where you'll counterattack.
Look at the realistic graphics.
Seriously, though.
This is incredible.
This is... Oh god! Oh god! Alright, alright. No, I can do this. I can do this.
Is this like memory lane for you?
This is like memory lane for me. Yes!
Get to the chopper! That's what...
Gotta throw that chopper!
This is, you can definitely tell it's Duke Nukem's engine.
Yeah, it is.
The build engine.
Son of a bitch!
Alright, well...
See, just like randomly I get nukes. So you're supposed to get like some kind of people talking like on the walkie-talkie or some shit. There was no dialogue. Alright, here we go again.
I like it how it started off with the cracking knuckles just like Duke Nukem 2.
Yeah.
Very thinly veiled.
Definitely doesn't... Yep.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. Perception, smell, success. A scent of leatherwork and heavy fuel oils washes over you.
Heal me. Medic? Medic? Stop moving.
Kim, how do I turn on the headlights? He turns the preheater on, waits, takes out his keys, and says, "All right, ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater." He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant's more than happy to show off his precious carriage. The dashboard lights up with an orange glow. Rounds per minute. Oh my god. Rounds per minute gauges jump, and the engine of Cooper's Kanema comes to life with a whiny growl. Like a leopard waking from its sleep, yawning and roaring at the same time. Press the button labeled headlights. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle. There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now. As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid in the veins of Great River. A familiar sensation washes over you. There she is, Revocol West. There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice. Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations. Look at the perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. Tally up the different rows. The first row is 18 dots. Alright. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border and then some. Count them. There are so many it's hard to count. More than 150, at least, maybe even 200. What about the last row? The last row has 3 perforations. As you look at them, you feel your index finger reflexively contract 3 times. Seems like something I've done before. And something you'll do again before this is all over. Look at the shimmering street grid. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revocol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. Maybe. That seems reasonable, Sushi. It's shots. I wonder what the 150 to 200 perforations are. I guess I can ask, too. Wait, look around you. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears among the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry. Ah, Martinez. He smells the air and says, "Where are we on this?" Let me see. He takes...
Sorry.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it. Right here, he says, his finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean.
Son of a bitch.
Seems like a shithole. It has its problems.
What? Sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting your Disco Elysium.
Hey, Kim, what do all these holes mean? Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They're your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? I walked the land telling whores... Nope. I was a hobo and I lived under a boat. You know, the RCM is a volunteers organization. We would have no qualms with vagrants joining our ranks where they qualified, but let's move on, shall we? The next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see. Wow, more than 200. Is that a lot? It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. So, are you saying that I used to be a super cop? Call it what you want. You were a valuable member of your precinct. Now, let's look at the last row. You know the answer already. The tingle in your index finger gave it away. Those are my confirmed kills, 3 of them. That's right, Lieutenant says, gauging your reaction. How did you know? Because I felt a twitch in my index finger. Ah, right. Sometimes the brain's able to preserve certain responses even when conscious memory has been, let's say, misplaced. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones, so we have that to be thankful for. Have you ever killed anyone, Kim? Yes, he says, declining to elaborate. It's not a problem for him to state it, however. How do you handle the strain? Everyone has their own method of coping, some more effective or self-destructive than others. He gives you a meaningful look. Personally, I find it helps keep up a few hobbies. Like what? Oh, this and that. Let's not get too into it. Hobbies are lame. Suit yourself. Very noble of you. Are we done here? Thanks. The lieutenant nods. Okay, let's go. Right, I'll go turn off the lights. He presses a remote control on the key. So now I can see statistics, apparently. There we go. Cases solved 216. People killed 3. Name unknown, rank unknown. Superstar Cop 2, Apocalypse Cop 1, Boring Cop 1, Communist 1, Ultra Liberal 2. His hobby might be body parts collection. All right. Let's see.
Need the flamethrower.
Call Sylvie using Kim's shortwave to ask whether she made the call. All right. I can get behind that. I'm wearing these stupid gloves. Hold on. Let me take off these gloves. Oh, I have a level up. Let's see. I'm going to put 1 point in endurance because I want to get more health. Even though it's a lower thing, I had 2 health. I had 1 health before, I have 2 health now. And because I put points in that, we can go back and look at the body again.
I did it! I did it! I beat base camp! That's the first level! And it was on the easiest difficulty. I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior now.
Switch over there before we start the body lookup.
Sorry.
All right.
Super random.
Endurance. Let go of your nose without throwing up. I have a 72% chance of doing this. As you breathe in the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Do they always do that? They do after 7 days, yes. We're deep in decomposition here. Step closer. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. Inspect the boots. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. Those are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set. These aren't just boots, are they? No, these aren't just boots, are they? They're armor. Indeed. With his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. What kind of armor is this exactly? Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide most likely. This is where the make would be. Where? Under the heel. Fair weather. He turns the boot slightly. It's got to be gross as hell in there, Sushi. Fairweather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. Knock on the boot. A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Sounds fragile. It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. Redistributor. There we go. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. He points to the boots. See? Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them all together. Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly. How could this man afford such expensive hardware? That's for us to find out. He checks his nose. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions. These look pretty advanced for a security guard. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. The material looks out of place here. It is. It's expensive. The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. How much are we talking about? For a full set, about 4 years of wages. Ka-ching, baby! Nodded the boots. By ka-ching, do you mean he tilts his head? Let's not log them as evidence. Let's steal them. That is what ka-ching means, yes. It means disciplinary hearing. The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve. Composure. The lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter. What happened to the rest of it? The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. He nods towards Kuno, who's eyeing you suspiciously. This is one thing he might actually know. Understood. Pull the boot off. This feels dangerous. Are you sure? Grab the boot under your arm. The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above. Stop! The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm. What was his voice? Pig's gonna pull his head! No, that wasn't right. Kuno! Pig's gonna pull his head off! Nah, I don't know what that was. Brutal. What? Even the mongrels can see you're about to pull his head off. Do it, homo! I'm not a homo. Stop obsessing about your sexuality, officer. You're about to seriously compromise the coroner's case. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on that boot? Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot. You said they're expensive. I thought I could pawn them, earn some lucre. These boots would go super well with my bell-bottom pants. These boots would go super well with my bell-bottom pants. You do understand the boots are steeped in cadaverine odor, don't you? So are my pants. You have a point there, detective. You have a point, but the lieutenant taps on the boot. There's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They're fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet? You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first, the body probably needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. Sounds like a plan. Task gained, getting the hanged man's boots. The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky. What's going to happen to the boots then? Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing, but we must pick our fights. He looks towards the boots. Should we continue? Back off and look at the corpse. Inspect the belt. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. What kind of rope is this? Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries. I can't come up with anything other than a harbor. Yes, it looks like they've used whatever is on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. Pretty sure they wanted him to stay there. The polyester seems strong. It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. He rises to inspect the noose. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed. We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it? The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing. Okay, he blinks. You should ask me for one the first moment we get. How did they even get him up there? A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder? That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle. Back off and look at the corpse. Shh. Inspect the tattoos. Oh my god. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. From the right shoulder to the solar plexus, each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. But what will mine be marked by? Alcohol and heartbreak. Is this a map of the night sky? A map of the stars? He turns around and breathes before inspecting it closer. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century, Mycenaean maybe. But this seems more particular, customized somehow. As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates and you feel as though you were only half right. I'm missing something here. So am I. A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminum from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears, some sort of camera. Let the lieutenant work. Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that? An instant color camera. He produces two metal capped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there. I only have 2 ampules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one. He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then...
Oh my god, that game. Oh my god, that game.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of small ampule of glass. You see streams of color pour into the thick, glossy piece of paper rolling out. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. In case we need it, the lieutenant says, and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. Cool machine. Yes. He slides the camera closed, tucks it away on his belt. It is pretty cool, isn't it? There's only 1 ampule left. Use it wisely. What do we need this photo for? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Here, a souvenir. He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes. Don't lose it.
Excuse me. I just burped.
Look him in the eye. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. These eyes used to be blue, baby blue. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Tell me, who are you, dead man? I'm gone. Where have you gone? Into the wild pale yonder. Where is that? In the past, way out in the west. I can see you're gone, but who are you? I'm a joke. Look at me. There's nothing funny about you. There's nothing funny about jokes either. Who were you when you were alive? A killer. A motherfucker and a killer. I have another question for you. Go ahead, Kobo. What is happening? What do you mean? I'm talking to you. It's the power of your... Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips. Imagination. Oh, the necktie is talking to me. Yeah, man, don't be crazy. Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much. He loves those. Why do I love questions so much? Because you're a copperoonie. Look at him. Look at all of them go. Don't you want more questions? Give me a comical amount of questions. Coming right up, copperoonie Rooney. This is getting upbeat now. Is my name Rooney? Fuck no, you're no Rooney. I do strike myself as a Rooney. No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible? Because you have. Who killed you? Love did me in, Brother Copo. It was love all along. Copo, Capo? Probably Capo. My nose it just got. Can you ask me a question? Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this? What? Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder? Maybe this will lead to something indescribable, unforeseen. Miraculous? No. I don't have anything else to do. This case is all I have. I'm all you have? Then you truly lost it all, brother. You let the world drag it all away from you, and what it left, you pissed away, and here we are. I hate you. You stink and you're boring. Do I remind you of someone? A baby affected with harlequinism. You sure wriggled out of that one, Coppolini. I don't know what the fuck any of that meant. Alright, squint and take a step back. Oh, you can come back and look at into this face anytime you want. Humor yourself with my harlequin features. Ask me your little questions, freshen your memory, create associations, remind yourself of your immortality, Capolopo. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Observe. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue, his fatted hands, thighs, and his neck just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing it? How should I know why you're squinting, officer? Squint harder. His face and hands are pink, thighs too. The rest is greenish. Oh. You're trying to assess lividity. The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot. So what do you think? Something is coming out of him. A pool of blood and feces is eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purged liquid is dripping onto it, drop by drop. The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of his death. The fuck he saying? beep, talking about shit. I'm not saying that word. I know what that word is, but I'm not saying it. It's even censored in-game. Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death. Maybe. He doesn't really want to dwell on it too long. I don't know what to think. What do you think? I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet and his neck. He points to the fattened chin. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think. Yep, seems like a lynching to me. He's beaten up. See the bruises? I do. Most of them are post-mortem, maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport. Stop talking in riddles, coin slot. He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up real brutal-like. I think he's dead. I agree. Totally dead. Totally. Back off and catch your breath. All right, let's get him down. So how do we get him down? He stops to think, then checks his notes. Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down. We've been thorough. The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle to approach the belt. The cadaver is good 1.2 meters up, and neither of us can reach the belt without assistance, and even if we do, there's question of cutting it. Maybe we could shoot him down. Yeah! The enthusiasm is unrestrained. Bang, bang time, pigs! Shoot his head off! The lieutenant remains unaffected. How? Just shoot the belt, the bullet will break it. It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose. Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit. They'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno. Wait, let me try. The man's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said. Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst thing that could happen? I'll blow his head off. Take it! Take the shot! Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit. Silence. With his elbows sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the phallostess position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger. Someone across town is going to die from a random bullet, Regelta says. Say nothing. He's gonna fucking The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself, God damn it. Hand-eye coordination success. A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The phallostess was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he could not trust his eyesight. He feels bad about it, about his eyes mostly, just having bad eyesight, probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him. Fucking idiot! Mo culpa, asshole. That's hard to say. Mo culpa, asshole. Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Try again, maybe? No, we're lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard. Any more mistakes could have put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that. Don't console him. Okay. What now? I have to say it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself. You know, that's right. I can try to shoot him down myself. It's as bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks here. He pauses and shrugs. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim. I'm gonna need your gun for this. They only have one gun! Oops. This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen. Officer, why do we only have one gun? He asks, carefully loading his pistolet. I think someone has stolen it from me. Stolen my gun. Gun is stolen. Extremely unfortunate. You need to contact your station about it as soon as possible. The piece shines in his outstretched hand. Try not to lose this one, please. We're not off to a good start. This missing gun business is making your hand tremble. Take the gun. Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth. Feel the weight first. The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your finger fits right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, a P9 armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down. The fuck you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth! Point the gun at the belt. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm. Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth, she hisses. At least you won't miss. Point the gun at Kuno S. Do it! Set me free! Oh my god. Am I gonna shoot a child? You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free to roam about the cosmos. Don't. You feel the lieutenant's hand on your shoulder. She's ripping her blazer open to bare her chest. Do it!
Gumball? How is that gumball?
You don't think shooting a kid in the chest is a good idea? I only have a 28% chance to hit. Runny nose. Fuck you, you little shit. Put it right here, Mulku. She points to her heart. Right here. Pull the trigger. Hesitated for a moment, -1. Point the gun at the belt. Intense shit, copper. It waved his gun. She pants, breathless with excitement.
Booger, come on.
It wasn't intense. It was pathetic. Responded to provocation, -1. Close your left eye first. Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking Fagari? Just try to shoot the friggin' thing. Ah! A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened. You miss the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water. Oh, it was a composure check, Sushi. You're right. Maybe I should have gone for it then. I hesitated because I didn't want to. I wasn't sure about shooting a small child in the chest, but Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulku. Hand-eye coordination. Ask for another shot. You'll get it with the next one. The goddamn light reflected off some window, surely. Start crying, you're sensitive. Can you reload it, please? I need another shot. The cadaver's already compromised bad enough. We don't have to make it worse. It came out wrong. You made it sound like you're some sort of roulette addict looking for a fix. Ask again. More controlled this time. Please, Kim. There is silence. Vitupa wants to fuck it up again. Bad. Moltku Vitupa? What is that? What the hell kind of words are those? It's the song of my people, asshole. Don't provoke her. The lieutenant takes the sidearm from you and then holsters it. Shot him in the chest. The creature's still in disbelief. What a fucking idiot. It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands. Pigs don't have hands. They have like fucking hooves or something. Kuno has hands. He displays his little fingers. They're pink. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you. Lieutenant, we should entrust Kuno with your service weapon. He says we can shoot it down. Let's entrust the drug-addicted, hyped-up murder child. If I said this, 100% he would not agree. He would not go along with that. No, Kuno, if I can't shoot him down, no one will. Cop's bitter because he fucked that corpse up, Kuno. What a fucking cripple. Cripello. We still need to get him down somehow. His tone is growing tired now. The stench makes him turn away from the corpse. But how? The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. He sighs. By taking the harbor for help. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too. But won't it be dangerous? To ask the suspects for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Everett Clare? Very much, yes. Which is why I would prefer us to handle this ourselves. Clearly we can't. Suck my dick, bitches! Who's Everett Clare? The leader of the Union. A dangerous and corrupt man from what I hear. You don't want to owe him much. Yeah, don't go beating someone else's bitches. You're Kuno's bitches. Alright, well, let's get to it then.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
That's cats for you, Sushi. Was begging me hardcore for like 5 minutes straight. But I didn't try to shoot her. I just aimed at her. What, bitch? You're fucking making excuses for yourself now. An imperceptible nod. Look, I think we've all moved past that by now, Kuno. Not all of us, Kim shakes his head. Acts like that stick with you. Oh, acts like that stick with you for a while. No one's going anywhere. Do this shit again and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife. He points towards the whirling in rags and whispers. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony, put the fucking knife in you. Yeah, I've been in your room. The kid raises his voice. But you and Kuno are good for now, pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have jolly time. I don't know what that means. I don't even know how to read that sentence. The determination in his voice leaves little room for doubt in his sincerity. He means every word. Needs to be taken seriously.
What?
It's so good, Sushi. It's so fun. I like playing it and I like streaming it, but the fact that I have to, but reading, so I wish it was completely voice acted. What? That's a streamer?
Yeah, look, they're just spelling it out. Come on.
You don't threaten me. One word out of you, pig shit, and you're locked out of Kuno's experience forever. You hear me? You hear the Kuno? No, you don't need to talk to these little shitheads again. It's much more important that you prove to this kid you're a man. A big man. Alright, so I've gotten thoroughly fucking... This kid, this 12-year-old child, has pretty much done whatever he wanted with me. Like, I've had no power over this kid this entire time, and... No, I hear you. And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now, what is it? Kuno is a merciful king, kind to his wayward subjects. Kuno doesn't fucking care. Oh my god.
Sarah, stop trying to kick everybody. What's the matter with you?
Oh man, I'm...
No.
That was tense. So it is, we've been doing this for an hour and 15 minutes. Would you like to do something different?
Snowflake? Oh, you idiot. Ugh. Sorry, I am into this. I don't know, man.
All right.
Are you okay playing more disco? I'm just kind of
You want to do something
fucking
together?
around. What do you have something in mind?
Did you want to play Dying Light or something? I mean, I can play more Disco Elysium,
Play
but...
more Disco Elysium. I'm just fucking around over here.
Wow.
It's pretty great.
But Sushi said, honestly, the more I watch this, the more I think I shouldn't and just buy it myself.
Uh-oh.
So, like...
We don't get a cut on the profits, though. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to play the games that we play, you know, unless you already own them.
We need a code.
What the hell is this? Is it a toolbox? No. Oh, I did. I guessed it. Oh. Bruh.mpeg. What a douchebag.
Okay.
All right. Is it my turn to draw yet?
All right.
I want to draw. Yes! Flying pig, wax, or branch? Wax. All right. I'm going to try to make it any easier for these fools.
I guess we're going to keep going?
Let's keep going, man.
Yeah, it's true. And this is a very long game, too, from the sound of it. Okay, so... Good lord, we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff.
Come on, guys. You can do it. You
Okay.
can do it. Come on. It's
So,
only 3 letters. Come on, guys.
We can use Kim's shortwave to call Sylvie. And Sylvie was the bartender that we think put in the call initially. So...
You don't know what it is. It's a freaking candle. What's made of a candle?
Pick up the radio. The frequency tableau lights up and a green button labeled prime line grows up like a feline eye.
Come on.
And then you
Sarah
hear
Foxy,
something.
you suck.
The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static. This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you? Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on. Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it thousands of times. Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker copy. This is Officer Alice Demetra, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? You could swear she was friendlier with a lieutenant. Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is. Ignore Alice and press the button labeled saved. Yeah, ignore Alice and press the button labeled saved.
Like
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Flossio, and you're listening to the Speed Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar. A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says, "Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe it picked a random frequency. You wanted the prime line, right?" He's still avoiding your gaze. His ears glow red. Speed Freaks FM, huh? Look him in the eye. Oh, is that what it's called? He's trying hard to act surprised. Go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on Speed Freaks FM. I don't want to be that much of a dick. All right. Pick up the radio again. Souped up motor carriage for one bad mama's boy. For the heavy of the foot and the freaky in. God damn it! The lieutenant moves quick as a viper as he switches off the radio and sets it on prime line. Then he turns to you. Look, it helps me stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak, or he shakes his head, furiously staring at his feet. What about heavy of foot? You would be too if you had this motor carriage. He snaps half seriously. But seriously, let's quit joking around, okay? We have a case to investigate. He turns back to the cabin. This is Precinct 57. Can I connect you to someone? His voice on the shortwave repeats. I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder. Of course. What's her number, officer? Kim, didn't Gart give you Sylvie's number? Yes, hold on. The lieutenant takes a look at his notes. Her number is 005-1944-298. Received. Hold on, officer. ... Pring, pring. Start slapping a marching rhythm on your thighs. Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a minute to get to the phone. Officer, she finally returns. I have Sylvie Malaka on the line for you. Malaka on the line for you? Yes, hello. A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Sylvie, I believe we've met before. This is me, a detective from Whirling in Rags. Oh, right. She recognizes your voice almost immediately. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? Empathy, success. You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again. You quit your job at the Whirling. Why? You mean, why did I leave the bar? You can hear her tense up on the other side. Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Wait, why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me? The static wavers. Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. I'm always looking over too late. I choose the dialogue and then I see you suggest the dialogue. I'm sorry. Get away from whom? You know whom. You think you hear a sliver of accusation in her words. You mean me? You needed to get away from me? I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget all about this, okay? Did you leave because of Gart? What? She stops abruptly. No, why would you even think that? Sylvie, don't be afraid of that pig. You just have to stand up for yourself. Please don't bring Gart into this. It's none of your business.
Seafood?
God, why can't you just mind your own business, she mutters. I already said that I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. Have you seen my gun? Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. She sounds beyond exacerbated. I showed you my gun? When did it happen? You were trying to impress some people with it. Someone was eating in... She stops hesitantly, not sure if she should continue. And what did I do? You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you. And then you started making suicide jokes, and it got pretty graphic. Some poor sod was just trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit-flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after. Yes, but what happened to my gun? Why would I threaten to kill myself? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay. There is silence on the other end of the line. Okay, I don't know what to say. Me neither. Yes, but what happened to my gun? No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask, she sighs. Alright, I probably pawned my gun. Okay. I don't need to report my gun missing then, if I can go to the pawn shop and get it back. Was it you who called the police? No, not me. But why didn't you call? Didn't the corpse behind your workplace bother you? What? Of course it bothered me, but I thought the union already knew about the corpse. What does the union have to do with anything? No one calls the police. You can hear her adjust the receiver in her hand. The union would get angry. What do you mean by that? You know. She seems to be looking for words. What the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here. Garbage. Wait, Kim. Is she speaking truth? The union is the law around here? Legally, no. In reality, yes. He looks around. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers union.
Numerals.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation. I am the authority around here. Okay, she obviously doesn't want to challenge your authority. You feel much better now. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. Push her farther. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. It sounds like she's about to cry. What others? The other people who live around here, local people. I didn't want trouble. Her voice is resigned and weak. What trouble? You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union, internally. You hear static. Her chin rub against the receiver. Her chin rubs against the receiver. Then, please, I just didn't want any trouble. So let me get this straight. You ignore the law to save your own skin. I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would take him down eventually. Her voice breaks. It's a little late for tears, isn't it? Should have used them to summon the police earlier. Breakthrough imminent, Homocop! You can almost hear the girl getting smaller on the other end of the line until she almost drowns in static. Do you know who made that call? No. You can hear her regaining control in the background. I honestly don't know. It was someone else. The lieutenant makes a note. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while. Okay, next question. Okay, she's calmer now, probably because the focus is shifted elsewhere. Do you know who put the victim's clothes in the trash? No, I don't know. It wasn't me, she gulps. I haven't been out there since I was terrified of the stench and the corpse. She falls silent. Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the whirling? Well... There's an uncomfortable pause. You tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. She doesn't sound like she's actually that sorry. Anything else, detective? I think I've got everything I need. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye. She's ready to hang up. F. Wait, why does she seem angry with me? Empathy check. So if I didn't make her cry earlier and say that I'm the authority, I would have a better chance at this. I'll do it anyway. Ah! No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else, like she's angry about. Some other guy, like Gart. Yeah, it's definitely some other guy. A guy like Gart. You know women, their constant problems. Yak, yak, nag, nag. How's one supposed to get the love going on like that? That's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out lest she turns into a spinster. I'm happy to help, but maybe I could do so without all this internalized misogyny. What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can a man be honest in his own head anymore? You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control. Then go and have a little boys' talk with Gart himself. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love? Jesus Christ.
Why did you spend all that time on the hills if it was stop sign? Just draw the stop sign.
Daddy is going to take you on his lap, little darling. ... Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer? No. We're going to go talk to Gart. Oh, thought complete hobo cop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar, the old l'assommoir, to the pier or the sewers, to Les Royaumes, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Armacon beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last. Reveals extra special collector's edition tear bottles on the map. More money from selling tear, and learning cap for Shivers raised to 6. What a... Hey, Liz.
Hey, Liz.
What an insane game.
Bushy eyebrow is choosing a word.
You're playing this in such a nasty way. Yeah, I'm... I'm being a real dick. But see, now when you play it, you can just not play it like, ooh, the kitchen's open. Yeah, let's take some money. The dishes are drying, the smell of chemicals and pine trees. Money. An aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air.
Ow.
Rude. A literal dumpster of a human being, yeah.
Can I help you?
Here's your trash container key. Found the victim's clothes. Thanks, I hope you found what you were looking for. Found the victim's clothes. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Why would you say that, you friggin' weirdo? Who else has keys to the trash container? The trash collection service? CS Municipal? I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though. Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be in one of those little threads that resolves itself down the road. He turns to the man. Thank you anyway. Could someone on your staff have put them there? Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all of my staff. None of us would tamper with a crime scene.
None of us would tamper with a crime scene.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state.
Definitely a thing that happens.
He grimaces. I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Wow, burn.
Ayo.
So I talked to Sylvie. Wink. God. He does not look too pleased. Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him. Don't I have anything else? Like a back button, for example? But I don't want to lay it on him. Oh, I can't do this one. Turns out she's a whore who likes to ride the cock carousel. No reaction from Hops.
Huh? Who?
Wonderful. It is! It's wonderful! What? He squints at you, worried. What does that mean? Cock carousel.
Oh my god. What is happening?
No time for lectures. The point is, you're losing at her nasty mind games. Sylvie's a total psycho. No. Just drill the inside of your mouth with your tongue. Huh? Yeah, this feels right. It feels wise. Good setup. Now speak the real shit. No time for lectures. The point is, you're looking at her. You're losing at her nasty mind games. Sylvie's a total psycho. God, does it mean you talked to her? What else did she say about me? What else do you need? Yep. Hope my dad doesn't watch this one.
Hold on. What are you about to do? I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, she said she likes the cock carousel very much. So fun.
Damn it.
Depict a carousel of cocks going merrily around. He looks at you spinning your arms and leads in on the corner and sighs. His head drops between his shoulders, heavy and defeated. She broke the bird, you know, the great skua. I found it on the ground with a broken wing on the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my ass. He stops and stares at the counter. Or you broke the bird. It can also be that. I think Sylvie even... Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it. Broken bird, feathers... This is all part of the mindfuck on the cock carousel. Heh, a mirthless laugh. Cock carousel. I think I understand now. It's what they ride until like 39. He takes a bottle of wine off the shelf and pours himself a glass. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest. He corks the bottle and hands it to you. Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment on my own. He stares into the blood-red liquid in the cup. And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Another situation fixed by Dr. Love. What the hell was that? I did get some alcohol, which solved another quest. Pretty sure. Didn't I have a quest for getting? Yeah, find booze and drink it. Where is it? There it is. Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens. Look at the bottle. Light reflects off the green glass of Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it. Open the bottle. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out and the hair on your back raises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. You're home now. What will be the repercussions if I take that sip? Nothing. Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox. Take a sip. It looks like it raised my physique, but killed my morale a little bit. A golden sun melts down your throat, its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it and into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done.
Good job.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a drink button. It gives +1 to physique skills, physical instrument, half-light, electrochemistry, endurance, pain, threshold, and shivers. This is good before rolling a white check, but damages your morale. And remember, from the void we came, and to the void we must return. Well, that's ominous. All right. Well, I don't know if I want to walk around just holding this bottle of wine the whole time, but... Just saving again real quick. All right. Jesus Christ. What if I talk to this guy again?
Can I help you?
He seems okay. Let me talk to this guy. Gorasi Kubek. A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward this table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Gorasi and Kubek. Logic, failure. It must be his name. Gorasi Kubek. Sounds representative. Ah, Gorasi, I have some questions to ask. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. You've got some impressive pots there. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. Well, I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. That's it. That's it. That's all I could do with that guy. Blue door. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery. Touch the door. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel is door flush with its frame on every side. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted maybe. Try to push on the door. The door does not budge. I wonder where this door leads. You do. The lieutenant regards you with patient skepticism. It's a door in the back of a kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? The winch outside in the backyard? Remember? No, your fingers do. There was a winch outside on the roof, like that of a small elevator. Well, if there was a winch, I suppose we could look into it as a side investigation. No, the door is a mega investigation. Hardly. He looks at the door, then you. Anyway, Gart is the person to ask about this, the cafeteria manager. Oh, me and Gart are well acquainted. Well acquainted.
Can I help you?
Gart, I saw another thing at the Whirling. Another thing. Great. I love those. There's a mysterious blue steel door in the back of the kitchen. Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door. He shrugs. Do you know what's behind it? Do you have... No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get... And I don't know how to get there. I don't care either. It's not like I've been just wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust. He runs his finger along the counter to check for dirt. He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing. You know, I think you'd like to know what's back there. Fine. Okay, a little. He shrugs. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals, and I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Interesting. I feel like a real detective now that I'm walking around holding a bottle of wine. Who's this guy? It's all about money, you know. Okay. Do you think this lady will give me something else to sell?
Hello again, sweetie.
You know what we can do? So we can let's go try to find the pawn shop. Because the pawn shop I can retry the Kuno one. Empathy, legendary, the Hanged Man. I can retry that one? I can try the Hanged Man one again? I can only try the Hanged Man one again. I don't understand what this is. Like... Are these in white? I don't... Like, this is in white. These are just blank. Oh, I have another level up. Let's see. Let's do another one in our psyche. Which means now we can retry the Kuno one. So let's go retry the Kuno one, and then I want to try to find the pawn shop. See if we can get some money, or figure out if we can buy our gun back.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
God, this is gonna fail again. I only have a 28% chance to do this. Yep. What's going on? He's an ungovernable youth on our crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons. Pain threshold failure. Like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden urge of self-pity coming on. Oh, God. Kuno, listen. I know this boundary-pushing thing is new to you, but it's old news for us grown-ups. Get your snout out for Kuno's... I can't do the accent, man. He waves it off. Kuno knows how hard Kuno pushes it. Kuno pushes it hard level. You should give up, Popo, or the coon will keep fucking it out of you. Are you okay, Kuno? She looks worried. The coon has her confused. That went wrong. He took it as a compliment, and then he had a minor seizure. All right, I'm leaving. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
What the fuck? What is going on over there? I'm hearing the weirdest shit, guys.
This is a tremendous game, by the way. This game would be right up your alley.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Right up your alley.
Is it super long?
Yes.
Well,
so maybe
I guess that's unfortunate.
Why is that unfortunate?
Well, because I was going to say, well, I'll wait to play until you're done. But
it's very long.
Maybe that's not going to work.
Where's the pawn shop? Did she say it was... I think I remember... Hey, Sushi... Even by listening to all this, Hops has no clue what's happening. Yeah, it's...
I got no idea.
Very... An ancient fountain. It doesn't pump water anymore. There's a tree in it. Do you remember where the pawn shop was, Sushi? I don't know if you remember from Wednesday. Plastic wrap macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. It is wild. This says humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for resale. This says food gift from the people of Messina. A helpline to the company that controls the drawbridge. Hot air rises up from the sewer. Sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. Yeah. I don't want to talk to you yet. Let's see. Ooh, who are you? Roy's Pawn Shop. Really lucked out with that one, didn't I?
All right, so maybe I just bought it. Whatever. Ha. I'm not playing it tonight. I'm too
You
sleepy.
hear that? Hops just bought it. It's all story-based. And that's pretty much what you like.
That's pretty dope.
It reminds me so much of the old LucasArts adventure games.
Yeah.
Except it's very RPG too. But it reminds me so much of like Blade Runner. It's just so good. And this scene right here specifically reminds me of Blade Runner. Welcome to the pawn shop. Like I could stay up all night playing this. Mostly military wear with a few, whatever, missed it. Rack of secondhand uniforms. Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah? Oh yeah. The print depicts a muscled man striding towards you, a giant sword in each hand encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hemdall burning. Sniff the t-shirt. Smells like worn cotton. And a little old sweat in there? Worn cotton with a slide of flea market or trash bin. Bird's Nest Roy. What's his voice going to be? Well, I should have probably talked to him first. Sniffing is okay, says the shopkeep, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy. You're not imagining it. Photon emissions? What is he talking about? What's the deal with the man on this t-shirt? I just read about the old Blade Runner game possibly getting re-edited. I would buy that in a heartbeat. I loved that game. That was such a great game. What's the deal with the man on this t-shirt? It's the man from Hemdall. Walking away from his burning village, yes. Their matter-of-fact tone belies their surprise at the fact that you didn't recognize the figure in the print. I'm guessing I'm supposed to know who this man from Hemdall is, but I lost my memory recently and need help remembering basic facts about reality. Huh? I said I lost my memory recently and need help remembering basic facts about reality. Oh, I see. That's tough, man. I feel the same way sometimes. The man from Hemdall is the hero of a series of popular books based on the fictional version of Katla. In fact, he leans in, most people don't think the man from Hemdall ever really existed, but they are wrong. The lieutenant raises a brow. Hemdall isn't a real place. Neither is the man a real man, of course, but both the man and Hemdall are an ontological necessity. He stops abruptly. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about. How much are you selling this t-shirt for? 2 real. The lieutenant raises his eyebrows. That's dirt cheap. Couldn't you just give it to me for free then? He frowns. But why? Because I'm a broke cop without a cent to my name? I sympathize. I do, but this is a for-profit enterprise. Hold on. Because perhaps I could repay you in some other way. I deal in goods, not services. Fine. Gives me -2 authority, but +1 physical instrument and +1 shivers. I mean, even if the man from Hemdall didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so he has. It's simple, really. Okay. He sounds incredulous. Bird's Nest Roy. You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Katla, and though not quite as far north as the Hemdall, and watched the northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique energetic tides there. Very, very unique energies indeed. Geomagnetic ley lines, one might even say. Let go of the shirt. What's over here? Some kind of machine, an antique cash register? A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. Knick-knack stand. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in the bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back. Win her back? Yes, buy something nice. A figurine. Interfacing. Dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table. Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse. A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say Falm. What's this? Oh, that's the headless Fallen Rider. Who? The headless Fallen Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fallen tracksuit. As you can see, he's missing his head. He points at the decapitated figurine. 50 cents, bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it or something. That part of the story has many interpretations. I don't want to do that yet. I would like to talk to you about my gun, sir.
It's not often that I see officers of the RCM in my pawn shop.
I wish I talked to him first, so I could be using this freaking voice the whole time.
What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls in the shop. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately, RCM or otherwise.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Honestly, I think some of your selections are more tasteful than others.
It keeps me entertained.
He responds, unimpressed with your snobbery. He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes. Bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe? Buy some headbanging stuff for Kim. He's a good boy. Yeah, I want to buy something for Kim. I like Kim. Roy's prices are strange. Composure noticed psychedelics. High chance to determine if he's on drugs. Yep. Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard, he's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. Pyrrolidon, what's that? A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow. Get straight to the point. So where does a man get Pyrrolidon these days? He takes a step back, studying you. How would I know? There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something. They're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket. Say, what's with the triangles on your vest? He hesitates. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster. He coughs as if to mark his words. Had to take Pyrrolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it? He's taking it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days. The People's Pile, what's that? A bad idea. Some poor leftists built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities. It malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you, too. Tell me more about this emergency relief brigade you were part of. He points at the white triangle on his orange safety jacket. We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help fire brigades contain the spill. On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood. I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the heart to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick. He looks at the spiraling light and stops. Must have been tough radioactive cleanup. He hesitates. There's a reason why everyone tried to forget any of it has ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming, even though we were cleaning up the best we could. Whose fault was it that the generator failed? No one's. Everyone's. He sighs and shakes his head. So much bitterness. A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think was going to happen? How did you end up running a pawn shop? The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died, left me this shack and the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me, don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm going to get as far away from Fallborg as I can. Still in the same city, but he shrugs. Thank you for telling me. He shrugs. I like theory more than story. Outward movement, not vortices. Yeah, you got to get in on those vortices, my man. By the way, do you happen to have any guns like the ones carried by cops? Someone else came in here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple of days back. Son of a bitch. The lieutenant shifts from 1 feet to another, alert. From 1 foot to another, alert, probably. Oh. Wait, I sold you my gun? You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon in the Revocol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions, the unhealthy kind. He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you. I feel like there's something that you're not telling me. He looks away. You weren't quite yourself, officer. What was I like? You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight, and you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it. Very normal behavior. You must have been in great shape. How much did I sell the gun for? 15 real. The lieutenant looks from you to Roy and then back to you. It's clear that he had hopes this tableau might still turn out to be a bad dream. It's not, though. This has gotta be the most... Whoa. There's pity there, too, in case you didn't notice. Say nothing. The light swirls in his face and glasses. He doesn't know what to say either. Was the buyer a policeman, too? She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying. Right, so let me get this right. The lieutenant turns to you. So let me get this right. The lieutenant turns to you. You sold your sidearm issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it. Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside. Maybe she's a vigilante and wants to prove that she can do our jobs better than we can. It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from taking justice into her own hands. He looks around worried. Any idea where I can find this buyer? My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went. A needle in a haystack. There's nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope to luck upon her somehow. At least now I know how I lost my sidearm. Let's talk about something else. Of course. That sucks. Oh, man. Okay. There's something I'd like to sell. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here. I have this commemorative pin, but before I sell it, I have some questions. He studies the pin carefully, rolling it around in his palm. St. Baptiste Summer Dinghy Races 31. What a pleasant time that was. So what do you want to know? Price? I can give you $320 for it. $320? That's a ripoff. No. Okay, but can you hold on to it for a few days before putting it back up for sale? I promise to give the pin back. He thinks for a moment and then nods. Sure, I can keep it behind the counter for a week, but only if you pawn it right now. Alright. A pin from 31 ought to be priced at $310, but I added another 10 cents just to be nice. Alright. What can I pawn? Commemorative pin. I can pawn the dock worker shift card and the green 8 pin. Pawn that. Pawn the thing. Pawn the green ape pen. Keep the handkerchief and keep the dock worker's shift card. That's probably going to be useful later. I have a fascinating photo of a corpse here. Oh no, I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale. He barely even looks at it. Do you know what the tattoos mean? He frowns. Apothic paths, counter radiant networks, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter. I don't have anything to sell at the moment. I feel bad about selling the pin. I should have just given it back to the lady. Well, I just blew 10 cents. I just sold it and then bought it back for 10 cents more, but I'm going to give it back to the lady. I'm not going to be a complete piece of crap. You might be able to aid our investigation. I doubt it, but you can try. I can try to answer any questions you may have. Know anything about the recent hanging? I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone. Think you could help me get a corpse out of a tree? The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. He looks into his swirling lights, then at you. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbor. There might be some workers who'd be willing to help. I don't want to fucking... Alright. $700 for a street light. A bargain, I dare say. Are you out of your mind? There's one just like that on every corner. He rests his elbows on the counter and brings his face closer to the glass. The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price tag. What do you mean, transformations? He throws you a look of weary patience. Well, there are the costs of removal and rewiring. But the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago. 700 real. I have 9. No, let's leave. Let's blow this friggin' popsicle stand. And let's go do the first unselfish thing that we've done all day. And let's go talk to the old lady and give her her pin back. Oh, but first let's try to break into this dumpster. Fingerless gloves. Perfect. Talk to this guy too. Water lock out of order until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. What is this? Waterlock control panel. A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. Visual calculus. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed Samran butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. Pull the lever anyway. You pull the lever all the way up until until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk, then nothing happens. Push it harder. Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea interrupts the silence of the situation. The lieutenant hums to himself while staring at your activities. Release the lever. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal some other way. Yes. Oh, let's talk to this guy. Man on waterlock. Good night to you, officers. A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock, and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. Do you know what caused this wreckage? I wasn't there to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. I don't know. I can't do accents consistently. I don't even know why I try. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revocol. The words daredevil driver sound ominous to you. Too bad it takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off until then. Can I have some of that salami? Sure thing. He cuts off a slice of salami. It is salty, it is savory, it is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty. You want some too, officer? He turns to the lieutenant. The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. Why not? He takes the slice of salami from the man and chews on it. What's with the lever that does nothing? It's supposed to operate the water lock, but as noted, it's all junk now, disabled because of the blockage. Why is it disabled? Safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the water lock with debris still in the channel. Good boy is fed. He's cool. I'm surprised he hasn't snapped and just like murdered us by now. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. He nods his head towards the control panel. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Do I ever? Great. Just drop in on Wednesday if you ever want to see the water lock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15. He cuts a fresh slice from his salami. The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day. All right. See ya. So I can sell junk if I find a bag, I think. Oh, no, it's a bag, yeah. All right, let's go talk to the old lady again, see if we can't get her. Bought a couple of games, huh? Hops just bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
What of it, man?
What of it, mate?
What of it, mate? So I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and now I have DISCO ELYSIUM. Whatever.
You're like me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hello again, sweetie.
About your pin. I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket. She smiles up at you earnestly. I bought it back. I know it means a lot to you. You should have it. Aw, thank you, dear. I confess I'm glad to see it again. Very honorable of you, officer. Even the lieutenant seems to be happy with this turn of events. I've got to get going now. Good Lord. All right, so I leveled up again. I've had a lot of composure. I won't tell you that Barley had a copy in his humble collection.
Copy of what?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
I mean, I can always return it.
Well, no, because I want it on the PC too.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Well, I want to play it again. I want to play it on the
Wow. What a nerd.
PC. Composure.
All right, but seriously, yeah. It's okay.
I did composure.
But thanks for the heads up, Regaltus.
Sushi, it very much is so far. I'm, the reaction speed, I've only done the reactions, well, the reaction speed is my signature one, but reaction speed also handles like witticisms and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm very much all about this and this. My physique is garbage. And I'm not super smart either. My intellect is too. But the great thing is that I've boosted talking. Like I'm all about talking. But I'm also a real jackass. So I'm just basically using my talking ability to dig myself further and further into a hole here. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, this is the one I couldn't open. I can't access that one yet. I'm just trying to see if I can. Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Kim also tries to not look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner, but it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor. Where identifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. It smells of vomit in here. This is where the magic happens. And by that, do you mean crimes against humanity? I defied bourgeoisie mortality. I defied bourgeoisie morality in here. Defied it hard. I have no idea what that means. He looks towards the exit, longingly. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 2100. Okay, I can't really do anything else in here. I was hoping I could mess around with stuff in my room a little bit more, but I cannot. Quick-witted but dumb, the perfect comic relief. I'm just enjoying the dialogue in this game. Oh my god, it's so funny. Most people settle for bed after 2100 or not long after. At nights, the streets are pretty much empty. After 2 o'clock, it said. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, so I'd have to go to the harbor. Tattoos, get Kim to tell me about the case. Boots, rest the armor, read your ledger and name the case. Okay, let's... The ledger you found, yes. Can I read the case files now? Yes! You can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization, and then time arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB41 120117:00, the next world mural. Wait, HDB41, weren't those officer precinct? Why, yes, your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say that HDB are your initials. Hram Darjan Binzakin or Horace Debbie Behringer. I like Horace Debbie Behringer. That is improbable. How long does it take to read a case? It usually takes about a half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? The unsolvable case. We'll start at one. The next world mural. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Corin. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their forms reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class." People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk get clogged with requests to move the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell letters, belles lettres, have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. Wait, do I ever find out who came up with it? Who came up with? The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner JV is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, oh my god, Central Jamrock and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rumbling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options. Remove the mural, it's wrong. Keep the mural, it is right. Remove the mural, it is wrong. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. In any case, it appears to have been quite a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, and agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next? That actually advanced time by a half an hour. So I need to hold up on that. So that actually advanced time by a half an hour. Oh my god. I'm gonna save. Hops. You're on the floor? You feeling okay? Okay. So on that, I think I'm going to also kind of echo that a little bit. And also my throat is starting to get really itchy and scratchy. Like the cartoon from The Simpsons. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and wrap it up there. That tremendously, despite us doing this for 2.5 hours, we did not get very far.
Oh god. Oh my god.
But Sushi, I would highly suggest picking this up if it looks interesting to you, because so far I'm loving it. It's very much
do it.
It's very, very much
Just do it.
Yeah, an RPG, an older school RPG like Baldur's Gate and all them, and Planescape Torment. And I dig the no combat. I didn't think I would, but I do. I most probably will. Yeah. I think it's definitely worth it. But what I might go do now is make some tea, because I'm not used to talking that much. Like some people, like the streamers like Co-Carnage and everything like that, they can just talk and talk and talk and talk and they're fine. But constant reading that whole time. But anyway, you too, take care, and we will be back tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be doing more Disco Elysium tomorrow. I think we're going to be doing something probably with both of us. But I'm not going to stop doing Disco Elysium. We just want to, you
gotta change it up every
buffer
once
it so
in a
it's
while.
not just literally me reading for 2.5 hours. But thank you for watching, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow. Have a good night, and have a good Saturday. So, rest of your Saturday, I guess, Sushi. All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.